Hey, hey, hey.
We
We
back.
are here. We're back. It's another week. Boy, it's been a week. we are we are here.
There we go. It was too bright.
Oh, you were too bright.
Yeah,
You're
it's too
just like
bright. You know what I mean?
light coming in.
I appreciate the shine, but I was shining too much.
I get it. I get it. How's your week been?
Week has been good, productive, good, no complaints. Weather's great down here. This is the last week of soccer. Yes.
Oh, wow. I feel like that came and went.
I know, right? So Saturday is the official last game, last anything. So yes, as a parent and who has kids and you got to do all the sports stuff, you know that feeling where like, yes, I get my Saturday back. Yes, I get to sleep in. Yes, on Thursday night I got to go and run here and run back and forth. Yes.
Yeah.
We love doing it though. Don't get it twisted. We love doing it. But when it's over, it's like, I get my time back.
Amen.
What they say? Clock in, clock in.
What is clock? I am so old. What is clocking?
I don't know. I don't mind me. Don't judge me. I'm old too. How are you? How are you doing?
You know what? I've actually tried to fix our freaking how we're showing up on YouTube, and it's like not allowing me to be great. And I'm trying to be great here, and it's about to piss me the hell off, but I guess it's just not gonna happen. So I'm just gonna click out of that. I am tired. I can't lie to you. I'm dizzy. I was telling you, I was telling you, I've never been so unprepared for a show. I just
Okay.
put some stuff together, said, let's come online and let's do this thing. But we are so busy. Once I get off here, I'm going to wash this makeup off my face and I'm going back to work for a couple of hours. Like, I'm exhausted. I cannot even lie. And it isn't even started. I wish like, honestly, if you knew what I even look like, my head top looks awful. If I pull this wig off right now, it is just not great. I
You
don't
go
even
through
know
it
if
right
I'm
now, and it
just
sounds like
pull this back. It's just like normally I am so put together. Listen, we have a long weekend and I am going to get my life together. I'm
okay.
going to prepare myself because I am going into about like 13 days straight of working in like a week and a half. So I'm gonna go out this weekend. I've got that a little outfit planned in my head. It's the first time I've been out since maybe August of last year, September of last year, no, probably about August of last year. It's
Okay.
been a tough winter here. It's still cold here, just so you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's still cold. It was
My apologies.
freezing cold today.
I
It
didn't
is
do it, but
amazing.
I'm sorry.
So emotionally, I am over. I'm busy at work. I'm getting emails at 7, 8 o'clock. I'm sometimes getting emails at 11 o'clock. I love what I do. I'm not going to complain. What I do is amazing. But I just between perimenopause and just this is my low irons. It's too much. I need a break. But I digress. And it's cold. Anyways, we're here. Look at us. We're here. I just did a whole bunch of complaining, but I showed up. I put this face on. I came home, took a shower. I put this cute dress on. I threw this wig on. Okay. Be some women be pretending, oh no, it's like really my hair. I only have a few rows and this is a full on wig, people. If I took it off, like I said, I took it off right now. It is not looking good underneath here. But we are here. We're together. And we're just gonna talk. We're just going to talk about the things that we're seeing, the things that we're experiencing. Twins can ask me anything. I can ask him anything. If you're in the comment section, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, you can ask us anything. It's the Let's Be Honest show. So if there's anything Twins has ever wanted to ask me and he hasn't, which generally he asks me a lot of things, now is the time because we're about to just listen. I am just having a week, a day, and this perimenopause is like hitting me. So anyway, that's where we're at.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we're gonna get this thing rolling for just to let's get it rolling. Hope everybody's having a great week, great day, great weekend coming up. Hope everybody's family's healthy. Graduation's happening. Shout out to my nephew who just graduated.
Shout
Salute to
out
him as
nephew.
well. Yep. My older brother, he has a son. So yeah, his son just graduated from college,
Oh
not
my
high school.
Shout out college graduate. What's his degree in?
I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh God, I don't even know why I bothered to ask.
Right. As long as we know you went to college, got a degree, that's all that matters. We don't care if it's a master's, bachelor's, whatever. We don't care. He got a degree. Boom.
Love that for him.
Right. So, but this month is already crazy. Mother's Day, graduations.
Yeah.
It was Nurse Week a couple weeks ago. Like it's more stuff. Cinco de Mayo happened. What else is going on this month? The regular kids, graduations, my kids. It just a lot going on in May. So June's like really summer for everybody. Now for us working people, we don't get no summer break, but it just gives a little bit of time back. But anyway, let's get into the conversation. So we talk about a lot of stuff when it comes to relationships and the men, the women, accountability, all these things, right? And we talk about how we want to get married again, all these good things we talk about, right? So I want to just have a little conversation tonight about how to maintain a relationship or in beginning a relationship, starting a new relationship, and things. I'll just say this. There's some things that you do not have to share with your partner, right? Some things doesn't need to be introduced into a new relationship. If he don't know you, meaning your background, if he don't know, vice versa, there's some things you just keep to yourself. And I'm gonna elaborate that in a little bit as well. But I want to have a conversation about maintaining a healthy relationship and in a new relationship, right? So let's take a little journey real quick, okay?
I'm
a little
ready.
journey.
I'm gonna follow
Let's
you.
imagine that we're in a perfect world, okay?
Yeah, my eyes are closed. I'm imagining.
Perfect world, right? So, for example, you're going to buy a house and you have all the means to get whatever you want. Hell, you can even build it because you have the means, right? Now I'm asking you, and now if you have the opportunity, would you rather have a house that is built for $10 million or a house that's already been built that costs $10 million? What is your option there?
I would rather build my dream home instead of
Okay.
living in somebody else's dream home.
Right. Another thing is, let's say you have all the means. Let's say you have your dream car, whatever your dream car is, right? Don't know what it is. You can tell us, but your dream car, would you rather have it brand new or would you rather have it used? But you have the means. It's the same car. It's just whatever year you want it. It's the same car, but only thing is one's brand new and one has miles already on it. Which one would you prefer?
I don't believe in brand new cars, so I just don't.
Listen. I agree because I ain't buying no more cars. I ain't doing no more lease, nothing. I'm buying straight cash, used, whatever. But
Even
right now,
I've got a car that was used no more than
once
2
again,
years.
we're in a perfect world. So
A perfect world, I'd still get to use. I just don't believe in brand new cars.
oh
So
my
I
God,
would
you're
get a
messing up where I'm trying to go with it, but we'll rock with it though. So you still want the used car, even though it's a 2026 Rolls Royce. You want the one that has 10 miles on it versus the one that has 0 miles.
Yes.
I'm cool with that.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yes.
Okay, you still want it, right? So, with that being said, now granted, both houses are both immaculate, both cars are immaculate, but the difference is one is brand new, spanking new, and there's one that has a little bit of history. Now, you don't know what the history is, but it has a little bit of history.
That is true.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You with me now? Try to make it very simple as possible. I'm not trying to be too deep with it. I'm just roll with me. So now, of course, we're not in the real world now, right? We live in this day-to-day world. We have to work, X, Y, Z. Everyone has their life experiences, traumas, dramas, whatever it is, good, bad, ugly, whatever it may be. We all have those things. But what I'm trying to get at that, where you now are introducing yourself to somebody and you're going through the dating stages and you really found out you and your partner are dating with a purpose. Meaning that this is not, I'm not going with the flow type of thing. This is like, hey, I'm looking for a wife. I'm looking for someone long term. Those conversations. Now, you have to be strategic on things that you discuss, right? And it's very important. And I'm not speaking for all men, I'm speaking for most men. When it comes to the woman we choose to be our forever or we want to be forever with, we want to seem like anything that we do or going to do is new to you or it's a different experience.
Mm.
So I want to say that again. We want everything to we want to believe that what we're doing is new for you, it's a different experience, X, Y, Z, right? And I learned through relationship that things that you talk about that you did in the past can mess up your things that's happening in the future.
That is true.
Let me elaborate some more. So
Mm-hmm.
let's for example, you know, Jamaica is a well-known place that people go for vacation. Well known. Granted, I've been in Jamaica plenty of times, right? The difference is I've been there with kids and family. I never been there with just me and a significant other.
Yeah.
There's levels to that. Because if you got kids, you got to get up early, get the free food, you can go swimming, you got to sit on the beach, all blah, 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 blah. It's not really, you really don't get the time to have that intimate time with your partner, right? But then if you're talking to somebody, like, oh, I've been out town flight going on, I've been there so many times. And it's like, damn, I've been there, but I haven't been there on a level, on a one-on-one level. But I don't want to take you now because you've been there and you expressed to me so many times you've been there. I'm over it now.
Mm.
I get that you've been there, but you ain't been there with me. You didn't have that experience that I wanted to have with you, or have experience I never had, right? Because I've been there, but once again, I'm there with family. I never had just me and my significant other. It was me and the kids. So there's levels to that. And I say this to say that is that you're already planting a seed in someone's head is like, damn, okay, so I can't do that with you now because you already had that memory or experience of doing with X, Y, Z with us or someone else. So I came in and had that memory that I want to do with you because you killed it off, talking about how many times you went there already, you so over it. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I know. I get it. It's funny because I'm thinking about it, and sometimes as women, I think we shoot ourselves in the foot a bit with that in terms of going to. Let's just. I'm going to throw Miami out there because I know a lot of you Americans like that's your like heaven. Um, I'm
They
awful.
do. They think Miami's it. Girl, go to Miami this year. I'm like, Miami? But anyway, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
So I've been to Miami quite a few times and I've had great experiences in Miami. However, if I'm going to Miami with a new partner, you're basically saying the worst thing I can say is him saying, "Hey, babe, you know what? Um, I booked us a weekend in Miami. I booked us, to go to the Fontainebleau, which I've already stayed in, by the way. We're going to go live on Sunday. I booked Prime 112, all that. The worst thing I can say is, oh, great, I've done all of that already. Like I've been to like Prime 112, and the last time I was there, I saw Shaq, or the last time I was there, I did this, or me and my girls went to live, and we never pay, and we were in like little Wayne's booth. Like that's the last thing I should be saying. I should be like, oh my god, babe, that is so amazing. I can't wait to experience this with you. We're gonna have a great weekend. So it's not a lie, but what I'm not gonna do is shoot down his plans and supersede it by all the experiences I had without him instead of appreciating the fact that he's doing this for me. Is that where you're going?
Oh man, look at you, so smart. Look, you're so smart. Even though you had a long week, look at you catching it. Because some people didn't catch it. I'm glad you caught it though. And mind you, we didn't have this conversation before. This is all. I mean, I knew what I wanted to talk about today, but she didn't know. Yeah. But yes, that's exactly what I mean. A lot of people, and I just use a vacation as I just use vacation as one example. How you. It's funny, like you want to showboat or I did this X, Y, Z, not knowing that can kind of mess up what your future partner want to do with you, right?
And I can see that I've probably done that unknowingly, right? This is like I know better now, but unknowingly, it's kind of one of those because you want to share. When you get to that place, Miami, I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there, I did this, I did that, and you're not taking the time to really just see why is he bringing up Miami or why is she bringing like what is it about? Like Miami, what do you think of the city? Instead of saying, "Oh, I've been there," like so many times, and I do this. Oh my God, I actually like the ocean a lot. Like I like sunshine. Like Miami is kind of the great combination of those things. Like being Jamaican, I love being in the water. It's such a close flight to Jamaica. Like we went to Miami, we get on a flight, go to Jamaica. I think it's great.
And also, like you just said, it's not that you're lying, right? It's not. We don't want you to lie, right? But there's things that we, man or woman, do not need to know. As far like those type of experiences that you would have had. Let's say you went to Miami and you took a guy took you. I don't need to know that experience, right? You could have said I went to Miami with my girls, cool. Everybody travel with spring break. We get that, right? But some things you don't need to share because unless there's a chance I'm gonna run into this person, I don't need to know about what experience that you had with them previously, and you're not with them anymore. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Okay, so you're also adding to that us talking about our experience with another romantic partner, right? So, hey, oh yeah, Miami. I used to go all the time with my ex-husband.
Mm.
Very different than I really, really like Miami. It happens to be one of my favorite cities in the US.
Exactly.
Very different. I'm not, to your point, I'm not lying.
No.
I have been to Miami several times. It is one of my favorite cities in the US, and I have been with exes that I've dated. However, I don't need to add that part. I can just say, oh my God, I really love Miami. It's one of my favorite cities in the US. Why do you like Miami? Like being Jamaican, I love the sun, I love the water. It's got such culture. I think it's very cultured. I love the languages, I love the party. It's just a place that makes me feel like amazing when I'm there.
Yes, you look at that. Look at you. And applause.
I tell you, I'm preparing myself for my husband.
Yes, because oversharing can definitely be a detriment to your relationship.
That word. It's the oversharing. I've been an oversharer in the past. I think a lot of women have been overshared, and that's something I've had to work on. And I think it's the listening to understand, not to respond, and taking that and using it in a relationship standpoint.
Because you have to understand, because if anything I try to present and it's like, oh, I did already, I did this or I did it, it's like it kind of takes it out of me trying to do something with you because you already done already. And then why I gotta jump out the gym to do something even extra. You understand what I'm saying? Like over the top to try to fight a ghost. If that makes sense what I'm saying.
That makes sense.
As a new man or woman wants to try to fight a ghost when they're trying to. Exactly.
But let me ask you this, because this again, I think this conversation is important. So this is something for me, like I like to share some of my goals, right? Like I have certain bucket lists. So one of my bucket list items is going to every city with a major league baseball and or basketball team. Hopefully they have both, but definitely having one or the other. And that's my ultimate bucket list. Whether I'll do all of them, I don't know, but I've done 3. I've done Toronto, I've done Arizona, and I've done Miami.
Right.
Now, if I said that was, one of my bucket lists and I want to be able to do it, I'd love to experience it with a partner. If the person says, okay, how many cities have you done? I just told you the 3 cities I've done.
Right.
And he says, who did you go with?
That's what you gonna say.
Because I'm an honest, lying from me is I just can't. I'm very transparent, which is sometimes why I'm an oversharer, because I'm so transparent. But I'm even more so honest. I do not like liars. I feel like a liar steals from your soul. So I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be in Toronto, it's easy. I live in Toronto. So within various people, right? I've taken my daughter, I've gone by myself, all of those things. In Arizona, I went with my ex-fiance. And recently in Miami, I went with a guy that I was dating. How do I don't want to be hey, I've had these experiences with all these different men.
Exactly. Well, so
I didn't go by myself.
No, that one's fair and that was a little tricky, but I like that one. I I mean, look, you just said one. You said was your ex-husband, right, or ex-fiance. So that's levels there. So you can't be mad at anybody at that, because if you was about to be married to that person,
Yeah.
together for all these years. Just another disclaimer, fellas. Secondly, don't ask a question for an answer that you're not ready for. That's the one. That's very important. If you don't want to know the answer, know what XYZ, don't ask the question. But anyway, so but yes, but no, that one's fair. And then the other one, somebody who was dating didn't work out, cool. But that wouldn't be much of a deal breaker, because yes, you were with those people to those games and you probably had a good time, but it's a different experience if you're going with me or vice versa. Okay. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, you don't want to I don't want to go to a house. I've been there already so many times. Okay.
Oh, no, definitely not.
I've never been there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never been there, or I've been with my homies, but I never been with a woman. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to have that experience with you, even though you might have done it. So I'm saying that for the new relationships out there, people like that, it's not going to kill you to go. Think about it. What else you be doing besides sitting home doing nothing? So, okay, I'll go out, get some food. Hell, if you've been already, you know what kind of food you want. All right, perfect. I know I want this drink. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna get this. So cool. Just enjoy the moment. Enjoy the experience.
So don't shoot down the idea, is what you're saying. Like,
yes,
don't discount it, but like, I've already been there. Choose something else. I don't want to do that.
Exactly. And then if he or she, right, want to say, I'm gonna go here. All right, cool. Let's go. XYZ. Then the next thing, you choose somewhere different that you didn't do already. But once again, the person, both parties, male, female, they don't need to know everything in detail. That's the main thing I want to stress here, because that's going to mess up. Because once you hear something, you cannot unhear it.
That is true. You cannot unhear it. Trust me.
You can't unhear it. So I'll give another example, right? And I'm not taking a shot at you, but we have plenty of shows, and you say this all the time. So,
that my hiatus?
No. Okay. So yes, everybody know you're a hiatus, right? You have talked to guys that gave you millions of dollars, that could offer you millions of dollars, didn't have to pay no bills, and XYZ, if he gets caught cheating, XYZ, these things, right? So you have to understand, those guys are the top percenters. So if a guy you meet or want to talk to you and he see these videos and hear that, how is he going to match up to that if he's not one of those type of dudes? And he cannot unhear what you done said over, how many years now? 5, 6 years now?
It's been 5 years. I definitely should tell men not to watch the show.
Well, don't go back. Well, the point I'm just an example of not everything a shot at you, but I want you to understand that once we hear that, it's like, damn, all right, well, I gotta do this, and this. Oh, he did that for her. Damn, how am I going to outmatch that? You understand what I'm saying?
That is true. That is the one thing I will say. It's funny. On the show, I'm very open and honest and transparent. I don't necessarily share that piece of myself with guys in terms of some of the relationships I've had, and the men I've dated. I know, like, I remember one guy trying to like get out of me because he knows I dated tall guys, and he's like, have you ever dated an athlete? I'm like, like once or twice. And he just was adamant of trying to get the names out of me. And I'm like, that's like my past. Like, what does it have to do with now? You asked a question and I was honest about it, but I'm not going to tell you the names.
Right. Yeah. Come on now. See, that right there was a red flag, because I wouldn't want to know. If you talk to a ball player, I don't even know whose name. I don't care nothing about it. Okay, cool. Keep it moving. I don't want no details. I want none of that. Whatever.
I think it's weird too. Like, and I was like, no, like that has no relevance right now. Like, you asked me, but just because I'm so honest, I'm like, yeah. I mean, if I'm dating men over 6'5" to 6'11", at some point one of them is an athlete, right? So, but I was like, you don't actually need to know who he is and what team he played for. Like,
yeah, because now that person become a stalker. Now he gonna start going back on social media. He gonna try to start finding shit like this. You right here,
weird.
Like what we doing? So. Weird. That's weird, and that's kind of like the same lines of body count. There's some things you just don't ask. It's the same things. But anyway, so yeah, and then of course we want to talk, and it goes the same thing when it comes to intimacy as well. There's some shit you just don't share. You
I'm
can't share
always
everything.
curious. Why, as a man, and I'm sorry to cut you again, because this
No,
is
you're good.
because
We have a
we
conversation.
agreed never to talk about this on our show, but we're gonna go into it tonight. But like, what is that obsession with body count? Because you know what we talked about last week? There's a lot of us who are not me. I'm gonna speak. I am not an innocent woman by any means. I am 46 years old. I have been dating for 30 years. I've been married. I've been divorced. I've been engaged, and I've had a child. So I've clearly had some intimate experiences. But what I do have intact, regardless, it doesn't matter if that number is 5 or that number is 55. But regardless of that, my reputation is intact. You are not coming into my city hearing about Toshiba that hoe, right? My daughter isn't walking on the street. Oh, Toshiba's your mom. Damn, like she was a hoe back in the day. Like my reputation is it is very much intact. When you're in rooms with other men, they're gonna speak because I've been told that by other men when they're in rooms with other men. Toshiba, you know what? Like your name comes out and people speak very highly of you. So do they think that body count equates to bad reputation, or do they think body count equates to, well, if you had all this experience with all these men, how am I gonna like? I'm just trying to understand the obsession with the number, because my exes have had a lot of women.
No,
I
totally agree. I think it's a combination of both. It's just not one. It's a combination of both. Your reputation does matter, and we're talking about men out here that are trying to be intentional and who want to be husbands. I'm not talking about, what I'm saying? Because there's dudes out there who don't care how many dudes there's dudes out there with strippers. Like, so nothing wrong with, I ain't taking shots at strippers.
Some guys are waiting their turn.
Some guys is waiting their turn. So we're not talking about them guys who hit anything walking, or the one girl that everybody hit and guys waiting their turn. We're not talking about those people. And mind you, and those people are not getting married either. Let's be clear. When people ladies been ran through, they don't got rings. They got kids, but they don't got rings. So it's different. So levels there. But what we're talking about, yes, the image is a huge thing, because no man, any man, wants to go anywhere public with his woman in XYZ, and dudes walking up to her, hugging her, XYZ, everybody know her, and you sitting there like, how you know him? How you know him? Oh, he just a friend. We grown. And we grown, especially on this channel. We know what that friendship means. So we that's going to just kill the vibe. If you go somewhere and everybody knows your girl, that's a problem. So that's the first part when you say is this or this. That's the first part. We want somebody that we feel like, and once again, we all, especially at our age now, we all had experiences XYZ. Cool, but I can walk in plenty of rooms. You ain't gonna hear, oh yeah, Dwayne, he's a hoe. Oh yeah, girl. No, yeah, I heard about him. No. And especially if I'm with my woman, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be, she's not gonna feel uncomfortable if I walk in the room. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the overall. So the second part to your question is that, yes, how am I going to pair bond with you? How am I going to connect to you on that level? And we think about these things, not the dudes who hit anything, the guys who want to be intentional, who want to have wives. We think about these things like, hey, am I doing this right? Because we want to be the guy. We want to be everything for you. Mm-hmm. We know we can't. We know ain't the biggest, tallest, longest, XYZ. Everybody is built different. We know this, but don't overshare everything. Just don't overshare everything. And then, like somebody told me, don't share something with me that you're not willing to do with me. I'm gonna say that again. Don't share something with me that you're not willing to do with me.
So, ladies, if you had a threesome before, but you hung up your threesome shoes, not even your whole shoes, your threesome shoes, don't tell your man you've ever had a threesome. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Or then, oh, I don't do that no more, or XYZ. Wait a minute. So there's a piece of you out there that someone has of you that I would never have.
And you want me to put a ring on it.
let me say that again. There's a piece of you out there that someone has that wasn't your husband or trying to be your husband or none of that got that experience with you that I will never have with you. Why am I marrying you? Why am I putting a ring on your finger? Because I mean, once again, it's not about that. Oh, well, you're being scared. No, there's something that I might want to try to do. I might not want to do it, but the fact you told me no, you're not doing no more because you'll do no more. That's a problem with me. Me personally, twins. I'm like, well, if some dude out there that wasn't trying to be your husband X Y Z, but then I want to try it, you like, no, I don't do that more. Then okay, this ain't gonna work out. Because if you're mine, if you want to be mine, I need to have full access to all of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I'm gonna die for you, right? I'm gonna die for you because I have full access. Let's like you have access to me. I've never told a woman that she couldn't have full access to me. Now, granted, I don't tell everything that things I've done, right? Because I know how I think. So I'm not going to say things that gonna have her always thinking like, who was the best person to ever do this? Well, I mean, everybody's good. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say, oh, yeah, this girl, her name Tiffany, yo, she was fired. I'll never tell her that. You know what I'm saying? It just sometimes, you take it to the grave. And once again, I'm gonna pull it back. These are just things I want people to think about when they get into a relationship who want to be long-term, maybe in the marriage or just long-term, whatever. Do not share everything because once you say some shit, you can't unsay. I can't remember it. I can't unthink it once you said it. And then you can't hang it over my head and be like, oh, you being insecure. No. If somebody would come up here right now and start smacking you around, I'm going to jump in front of you and give my life for you. The person you did XYZ with, where he at? Nowhere to be found. But he got that memory of you. I'm just saying.
Gilson, I'm gonna pull it back to what you said about 2 minutes ago. If I'm intentional with you and I'm the one you want to put the ring on your finger, how are you going to withhold full access to yourself from me? However, you've admitted to me you've given full access to yourself to a man who did a hell of a lot less. So why would I step up to the plate for a sale price when he got you full? Like fully. And I'm getting you like, oh, I don't do that. Like that is, I really want people to think about how powerful that is. So we're saying, I want to be intentional. I want this, but you're saying, but I'm not that woman that I used to be. But he's like you said before, respectfully, I want that same hoe.
I do.
Same hoe he got.
Exactly. How he gets something less, doing less, and I'm doing everything I need to be and more, and I can't get that?
And that's what it sounds like. It's
that's
like,
crazy.
And this is no shade, ladies, but this is what it sounds like to you, multiple baby daddy having women who all of a sudden raise the expectation for the stepdad to come in that you did not have for dad number 1, 2, or 3. I'm just gonna stop at 3 because after that it's just ridiculous. Nonsense after 2 is a lot, but 3, so any more than 3 is a lot. So that, and I've always thought that, like, how did you raise your expectation after literally laying down and pushing out a baby for a man, but man who comes in who now has 3 extra mouths plus yours 4 to feed, you've raised the bar for him. I get it.
And of course, and don't let the current dude not know him, but know of him or hear of him or how he is. I'm like, you gave him a child? Nigga don't take care of his other kids? He don't got a job? He's a rapper? What?
On SoundCloud.
Hey, some people, this younger generation may not know the SoundCloud, but SoundCloud was
is it not a thing anymore? That is helpful.
SoundCloud's actor MySpace is all social media. So it went from SoundCloud, MySpace to YouTube now. Ain't no SoundCloud no more. I mean, it's still there, but no one uses SoundCloud anymore. Oh my God. That's a throwback.
Old folks, rappers on
SoundCloud. So hey, Throwback Thursday. Look at you tapping in the Throwback Thursday. But with everything she just said, ladies and gentlemen, and it goes both ways. Once again, I'm only speaking from the guy's point of view. But it's the same way the other way around, right? If a guy, has done X, Y, Z, and then now he gets a woman, I don't do that no more. What?
Or if you listen, I won't lie. I judge a man if he, I don't care. I judge who you impregnate and had your baby. If I look at your children's mother, I generally don't date men with more. I've learned my lesson. I won't date one with more than one, but I've done it. I've dated men with two. And I would just remember looking and going, oh, okay, cool. That's amazing for you. Or someone the other day kept telling me just how like attractive his ex was. And then I saw her and I was like, okay, cool. Cool. That's wow. You're okay. Amazing. So I judge. Okay, we listen and we judge.
Yeah.
I was definitely judging. And so I absolutely look like this is the person you attached yourself to, but you want to raise the standard for me. Or again, I won't lie, dating a man after divorce where he's like, well, my ex-wife did this, 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 and this, but I'll never put up with that again. And I'm like, oh, you put up with it for like over a decade, and I get the experience, but you're only going to give me say 6 months. You give them like 12 years plus the courting plus all of that. They showed you who they were, but I make a mistake in 3 to 6 months. And okay, cool.
No, you're absolutely fair. You're absolutely fair. You're speaking facts right now. It goes both ways. I totally agree.
I'm like, okay, cool.
And once again, this all goes to the oversharing part. Everybody want to, after this, after that. That's cool. That's cool to a certain extent until somebody want to hold you accountable not hold you accountable, but it's like until like, oh, I want that too.
If a guy told me his ex-wife didn't have to work, or at least for the first little bit, I want that option too. Don't tell me that shit if that option isn't available for me. If all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I wouldn't do that for the next wife, or, we're at an older age and, I did that because she had my kids. Fuck that. Okay, I want what she had. Okay, you said you're looking for a wife. You could see me as a wife. I want what the ex-wife had. If you're telling me I don't get to have, then don't tell me at all. Don't tell me she didn't have to work. Don't tell me you bought property in both of your names and watch it grow. She didn't have to put a penny and you guys got divorced and now you have to split the proceeds with her and I don't give a shit. Don't tell me any of that. If I'm not going to have the same options, stop talking to me about it.
Take note. That's a fact. Hey, it goes both ways. I totally agree. I'm not mad at you. Not mad at you at all. Because that's once again how you gonna raise the bar for the new person, but you didn't hold that last person accountable, and they got away far worse.
And I'm petty. Like, you tell me a woman is so attractive, and then I see her, and I'm like, and then you tell me everything you gave her, and then but you're like, I've changed, and I've seen that that doesn't work. Well, it won't work for us, sir, because you gave a woman who is a 6 at best, your best, and you want to come in and give me half of what you gave her. But now you've risen the bar because after divorce, I get it. After divorce, it's tough. We've both been divorced. I get it. You want to transform. You want to not do things the same. But now you're raising the bar for me, and I'm more attractive on top of that. So get the fuck out of my face. Like, that's how I feel because I've had a couple of men who tried that, and like, I went, okay, cool. Thank you so much. It's been great getting to know you. This is the buck stops here. Because it's like me saying, well, I used to cook and clean and take care of my man and iron his clothes and lotion his skin, but I don't do that anymore. My next man will never get that.
That's crazy. I like you broke that down. That's the most basic thing you can say. That's not over. I love it. Yeah. Imagine a woman saying, oh, I'm not cooking and cleaning no more. I did my last relationship, so I ain't cooking and cleaning. And it worked out. I'm done. The next person, you got your own clothes. I'm doing.
Figure it out.
close, but you know what I'm saying? Cook your own food and make, fold your own clothes, whatever. That's crazy.
That's
So,
crazy.
so once again, I want to bridge it back. This is for new relationships, get into relationships, be intentional long term. You do not have to give all the details for everything. Do not overshare something. And like I said before, do not share something that you're not willing to do. And once again, it's not telling a lie. It's not going to hurt me. If you hold back a story or something that happened, you did, how am I going to know? Right? How am I going to know? Now, hopefully no views out there that I might come across and say it. But as long as in the views, how am I going to know? Right?
I have a question because
Yes.
is this in my situation. It's so because again, I date long distance, and so men have to generally fly me them or they fly to me, and go out whatever. So I was dating a gentleman about a year ago, and he flew into the city, and we went out, and I have lived in this city for 37 years, 36 then. So I've lived in the city for most of my life. And so I know a lot of people. I go out, whatever, right? So we go out and we get into the party. It's me, him, and my girlfriend. We get into the party. And of course, as soon as I step in, they're like, hey, Jashiba, what's going on? I'm going over to different people's booths. They're saying, what's up? Giving them a hug, men, women, so forth and so on. We go through the night. And then he starts moving funny. Like I can see the shift in his attitude every time someone comes over and like says hello. But like this is my city, my city. Like honestly, this is my city.
So I mean, so it goes back to what I
Here's
said.
the best part. None of the men that I hugged or said hello to, I've ever been intimate with. Like zero intimacy. Cool. Because I would tell you, hey, that's my ex, right? Like, not to disrespect you, just so you know the guy that just
exactly.
I would. That's just how honest I am. But again, when you are, my daughter's father is also very well known, and so therefore, he's 6'7". They call him tallest in the city, so they also know that's like so. There's all of these different connections. My girlfriends are very popular. Used to do music videos, so we ran in a certain crew, right? But I just noticed he started like acting differently and was like, I don't want you bringing me into your city, and then things are gonna. I said, what's gonna pop? There's nothing popping off. I am saying hello to people I know, because when you're not in the city, what am I going to ignore them while you're here and say hi to them the next time when I'm by myself? Like, I don't roll like that. These are my peoples, and I'm gonna say hello. So anyways, I just did a whole soliloquy. But like, how do you say dealing with a situation like that? Because if I'm in your city, I don't give a shit. I actually like my man to be popular in me, but I like my man to be popular.
Well, first thing is communication, right? Number one. Well, no. Number two is know who you're dealing with. That's number one. If you talk to somebody who's, for example, that's in media, right? Because you're in media. That's what you do.
Not an OnlyFans guy. Let me put
I said, but if I'm talking to someone who's in media, actor, actress, whatever, local celebrity in a sense, then you have to understand that comes with the territory. So know who you're dealing with. That's number one. And then number two, as long as you're not bringing them to a place where you would take your exes and they're hanging out there, different. And then, like you said, you communicate with them like, hey, I'm bringing somewhere XYZ. These people are people that I either work with, whatever, may Z, XYZ. It's understandable. That's where that communication part comes in. And then number three, you as a man, right? You can't be, you can't be a punk, right? You can have a conversation when you get home or maybe in the car if you feel a certain type of way. But while you're there, you stand on 10 toes. You know what I mean? Yeah, they come to your girl and hug her XYZ. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how you doing? Yeah. I'm Dwayne. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, good. Yeah. Me and my lady. Yeah, we're chilling. Whatever. Don't show no weakness, because some of you play, because some people like to play games.
Yeah.
Guys, we like to play games. So sometimes we'll be like, "Hey, what's up, girl?" You know what I mean? Meanwhile, me, you have never done nothing in our life, but we know you with your friend over there.
Little
You
boo
heard I
thing.
said,
Yeah.
you heard I said, with your little friend over there. You with your little friend. Oh, how you doing, man? Good. Yeah. What's up, girl? How you doing? Meanwhile, I'm only doing that because I'm petty like that. But meanwhile, he getting pissed or he moving a certain way now because his feelings is hurt. Like, bro, you gotta
Yeah.
handle it a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Once again, communication. But once again, it's all about knowing who you're dealing with.
I
If you're
love
dealing
that.
with somebody who's in media, then expect people to know the person. You know what I'm saying? Now, if your girl is an OLF or a stripper and the news run up on her, okay, bro, then you got a different problem. Oh, you don't got a problem. I mean, she's showing you, she, it's clear as day.
So
Know who you're dealing with.
that brings up a point. How much of your past do you share? Because again, there's transparency and there's honesty. Honesty is you asking me a question and me answering it honestly, right? Truthfully. Transparency is me telling you something before you even ask. That's how I would define that, right? So, how do you deal with the I'm going to give you some details about my past and, weave the story of who I am as a person, but at the same time trying not to impact your impression of me today. I don't know if you're getting what I'm asking,
No, no,
but
no, I do. I understand. So it would come down to this, right? Whatever you're telling me, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I ask the question and you'll give an answer, whatever, whatever. Whatever I ask you, is it something that's going to be beneficial for me today? Say that again. Is it going to be beneficial for me today? So if you telling me, let's say, well, first off, if there's no videos, there's no proof. Number
yeah,
one.
nowadays there are no videos.
So there's
I
no
tried
proof,
that
right?
freaking videos that came out. Women were going crazy.
Exactly. So if there's no videos, there's no proof. That's number one. Number two, I don't see a line of kids. That's proof number two. So once again, who you trying to impress? Let's
Mm,
stop right there. Who you trying to impress? It's just me and you talking. You telling me that you got 50 bodies. How's that going to benefit us going forward? Not saying that. I'm just throwing
yeah,
out
yeah,
the crazy
yeah,
number.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was never told that because that's crazy.
But that's a lot of overshare. That's where
That's
you talk
oversharing.
about
That's yeah.
oversharing.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is that yes, you can share certain things with my ads, but just be mindful of what you share. Like, is it something that's gonna be beneficial? And for me to tell you what it is, I can't. I don't know because I don't know what the person is asking you, what their intent, what the question is, or what they're using that for data. It's hard to say, right? Because you don't know.
Hmm.
But as we stated earlier, if you're gonna
That's
share something, don't share something that you're not going to do with your current person, right?
you just said something that hit me. A lot of us don't get the part that sometimes people are just collecting data. They're asking you all of these questions and then evaluating you against the question. I think sometimes we get so comfortable when we're getting to know people, we forget that it's still a interview stage, right? Like when you go into your first interview for your dream job, what are the couple of things you make sure that your alarm is set so that you wake up with more than enough time to get to where you want? You have picked your outfit from the night before and steamed it or
Yes.
ironed it and gotten everything together. You know what you're going to wear, and all of these things are all put out there. You study the questions that you want to ask or the question that they might ask you. Like you've gone through all of these things to prepare, and when you go into that interview, you sign into the reception desk and say, "Hi, I'm Toshiba. I'm here to see Dwayne. I have an interview." And when you sit down, you're not there texting away on your phone or saying, "Hey, girl, I'm at this interview." You're sitting there, you're waiting, everything happens. You get up, you shake hands, you go in, and you're there to make the best impression. You generally only answer the questions they ask. You think about the answers to the question because you want to make sure that you impress them to get to the next round. We often forget that dating is very much the same thing. And I hear a lot of people say, I went into a date and it felt like an interview because they were asking me too many questions. And it's like, well, you don't say that. Like, would you look at a job interview and say, you're asking me too many questions as to why I should get this job?
That's it. What is your intentions when you're going on a date, right? If
To
someone,
determine, evaluate if this is someone I could potentially see myself in a long-term situation with. That's the big goal. The small goal is this person interesting enough for me to go on a second date, right? And you know what I'm saying? Because you're moving through the phases of phase one and phase two and so forth. I go into things thinking this could be long term, but when I sit down, I just want to know enough to say, can we get to a second date? And I have to ask questions to do so.
that's fair.
I have to ask questions. And I want to be asked questions. I want to know, like, to me, I've always thought asking questions is a sign of interest. I've never seen it as an interrogation, right? Like, I've always thought if somebody wants to know things about me, what is it I do? Tell me about your family. What are some of your future goals? What are some of the things, like, this is them trying to learn things about me to determine compatibility. Because maybe we're not compatible. Maybe I sit down with someone and we figure out, you know what, our future goals are not aligned. He wants to always live in the same city, town, and house that he grew up in, and I want to go retire somewhere tropical, maybe where I was born. Like, already, ooh, disconnect, right? Like, his future goals, he's kind of comfortable in this state, and I'm like, I want to grow and do it. So we ask those questions to figure it out to determine the next date. So I think the questions part is great. It's, to your point, it's the oversharing part that sometimes, like, especially I think sometimes as women, that shoot us in the foot. I agree. I
No,
agree.
and also if somebody, and this go for both sides. If you're on a date and someone gets upset because you're asking too many questions, make sure that's the last date.
Oh,
Don't even try. Don't even try to smoothen it out. Try to work it out. Try to show them. No, 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 no. Because if the first date goes that bad, 'cause I consider that bad. If it goes that
I
bad,
agree.
imagine what the relationship would end up. Imagine her get pregnant. What happens when you get married? Like it only gets worse from there. Sometimes we gotta take the red flags and run with it. Pick up the flag, got it, and go and don't give it back.
And
Just
just
go.
go bye bye. Yeah,
Just go back. I don't care how good he look or how good she looks, how big it is, how fat it is. It ain't the headache is not worth it.
I
Trust.
agree.
If you want peace, that's not the peace that you want. Matter of fact,
That,
don't even put them on your team either. Just keep
oh,
moving.
not even on. Damn, they didn't even make the team. Generally, they make your team. You said, nah, they didn't put them on the team.
Hey, listen, most of the people that have made my team, either that they have potential to be, you know, relationship wise, and it just didn't work out. But they was cool enough, so they made the team. But there's some people that's like, oh hell no, no, you're not even
I'm
getting
done.
close to my circle. No. I'm
That
not
makes
talking
sense.
about this big, suave dude. It's just a simple fact. Like, this is something you just ain't gonna deal with.
I agree. And I think, and I love that because I do agree. Like, to me, someone thinking that someone asking too many questions is if they're like, it's red flag, it's a red flag for me that you don't want to ask me questions. It's a red flag for me that you're not interested in learning about me because, again, do we have the same values, right? Like, are we on the same path? Do we have some of the same goals? Do our future plans align? Is there something in your past that, that actually may not work for me? Like, I just think questions are a way to get to know the person as a whole. At the same time, again, going back to what you said, if you're not going to give me full access to you with everything you've done, don't tell me about the things that you've done. And don't overshare.
Yeah. And also, too, it comes down to, can I trust you, too? I'm going to ask this question because I want to know what kind of
Ooh,
person that you are. And I'm speaking for me because as a guy, I'm busy, work a lot, X, Y, Z, and I'm talking to someone. And honestly, I've given girls keys to my house that I wasn't even in
damn.
a relationship with, right? So you can home,
Damn.
be here, cook for me, or be here already. I don't gotta get up and try to meet your door. No, get your rest. Like, because I want to be able to trust you. I can't be with somebody that I can't trust. So if I'm talking to you and I can't get that type of vibe from you, nah. Because I got a million things going on. I need you to be an asset to this relationship. I don't need no more kids. I don't need no more of that because I already got enough as it is. If you that drama or why ask me these questions, you know what? This ain't gonna work out. It was nice meeting you. I hope you enjoyed
I
dinner.
agree.
Boom.
I'm completely 100% aligned. I've always just felt like you're simply not interested in me. If it's very surface level, if you're not going deep, if you're not asking me questions, there just isn't a lot of interest. And again, my time is very valuable and I don't know how much of it I have left. And I do not know how much of it I have. Like, I find like, and I don't want you to just be like, I don't want to be the woman who's like, damn, you're 46 and you still look good. Like now I want to just be up on you because of that reason, not because I actually think that you're an asset, but just because like, damn, at 46, that like and I've had that and I'm like, okay, like, do you want to know about me? Like, do you like my family? How did I grow up? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what like it's just like, damn, you look oh the damn imagine and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like thank you so much. Like I don't care. Like at this point, I'm like I don't care because you don't care. You've already told me like you're just seeing this and you really do not care to get to know me. And I'm not interested in just being told that. Like I'm interested in someone who's interested in me. And I think that's sometimes where as women we have to understand the difference between a man who's interested in us and a man who's interested in fucking us.
And we always want to do both, especially number two. But you
But
got
there are men who are blatantly like, I'm interested in fucking her, but I'd love to be fucking her apart. I think it's that time in the show I can say the word. I'm interested in fucking her all the time now. Like, I want to be the only one, as opposed to the man who's like, it's my turn.
that's a message right there. That's a message right there.
And we sometimes do a horrible job of deciphering between the man who's interested in effing because it's his turn, or the man, because again, like you said, every man wants it. We do too. So we're not gonna pretend that we don't.
Come on now.
But there's definitely a difference between one who's like, and I could be the one doing with her all the time. Like I want to be the last man standing, as opposed to I'm just here waiting my turn. This dating stuff, listen, I it's not rocket science, but there is a science to dating and there is a science to doing it right. And when you're doing it wrong, it sucks. But to me, it actually doesn't mean the dating pool is key as they say. Like I don't believe that saying. I think that saying is ridiculous. I don't think dating is as difficult as people say, but it's are you willing to learn the science of dating and also figure out what works for you, right? Science is about combining different chemicals to make something, because you combine the wrong chemicals and what do? They explode. The wrong chemicals together explode. With the wrong people together become toxic or explode. You get that right balance between you and a person, you guys can flourish and grow. If you don't plant a plant in good soil, it doesn't grow. If you don't water it, it doesn't grow. So I think it's like we have to change and shift our mindset about, okay, it didn't work over here. It isn't about this person is awful. It's like, okay, where can I change my method of dating? Like, where am I going wrong with and I've had to do that. I've had to evaluate since, my last relationship ended. I won't lie. I've had some challenges in the dating streets and I've had to stop and reevaluate myself and take a step back and say, okay, what did I do over there that I'm not doing right now? Like, what are the combinations that are not working? Like, what are the things? It's about me. It isn't because again, I'm the common denominator in all of my failed situation. It's not about the other person. And I think if we go back to that, I am the common denominator. So what did I do that didn't work that I need to address so that I don't make the same mistake in the next situation, as opposed to say, oh no, dating just sucks and everybody out there is awful. Well, you're also part of the everybody because you're dating. You're part of the piss in the pool then.
Message. Sometimes we all have to sit there and look in the mirror and say, you know what? Is it me? And how can I be better? Just saying. Because I mean, if you was that great, so great,
Been there.
you already be there. You've been snatched up. You've been a husband already. You've been a wife already. But we all have opportunity to grow to be better. So,
Amen.
like I said, this show, I just want to be, give the emphasis on, in the beginning relationship, don't overshare
Mm.
and some stuff take to the grave, right? And just once again, and I'm just dating tip. Once again, don't tell somebody something that you did that you're going to do with your current. Don't do it. Take it to the grave. How you know what I'm saying? How I'm going to know you did X Y Z unless you tell me. And
That's
don't
true.
throw damn shit. Don't tell me I ain't do that no more. So you want me to marry? You want my wife? But I don't have all the experience that some random person got of you. So I've done there.
That no, that was a good one. I would say evaluate yourself after every dating situation. um where, and instead of what they did wrong, where did I go wrong? What do I need to change? What do I need to address? And take a step back. It is very difficult. I'm actually in the process of doing it right now. I've taken myself off of dating apps. I'm just focusing on me. I've had to reevaluate how I date and who I date, and compromises that I've made, and areas where I've gone wrong, where I go, oh, you know what, Deshiva, if I were the other person, I get it why I wouldn't want to, date you anymore. Like, I've had to do that. And it's a very, very difficult. So it takes some reevaluation. It takes some in-depth conversations with yourself. It takes some in-depth conversations with people that you trust, who love you, and who will be honest with you about who you are and what they think you're also doing wrong. So you can fix it so that you can be the best version of yourself to have the best relationship of your life. So that is my dating relationship tip for the evening. Thank you, twins. Thank you, because I was so unprepared. You like helped me out tonight because I just was not ready. It's been a week.
Two with the clutch. Bam.
You did you did your thing. Oh my God. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you everybody that will watch in the replay. Please comment, share, subscribe. We want to hear from you, good, bad, or
We
indifferent.
do
I will
respond to
read the
comments.
comments. Please,
Yes.
yes, I see them. Thank you for those who've been leaving the comments and actually acknowledging what we're saying. I really, again, did create this show to change the conversation around Black relationship. My goal is to see more people married. I want to be able to go to weddings. If people said, we listened to your advice, you know what, and now we're getting married, I would love to be at those weddings. Maybe one day I'll be at a wedding of my own. So we want to thank you. We appreciate you. You have a great night. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Turn up. Be safe.
Bye. Definitely turn up. I will be